Tools. Can everybody say third-party tools?
Third-party tools.
Why? Because they work. Explain it better. We were all taught initial game plan stuff, right? There's this phrase we should all learn right now. We're going to say it together, okay? The more I say, the less I make. Got that?
It's called throwing up on people.
Yeah. And by the way, guilty. Right? All right. In fact, I will tell you, even as I've talked more people out of the business than I've talked into it. That's why even I use my third-party tools. If I use that, I'm good. I'll knock them out. But you can't just go. Makes sense? I like my visual. So, what are some third-party tools? What else? Like videos, right? Transformation videos. What else?
Webinars.
Fit Club. Hello.
Anything you can get them in front of.
Fit Club. Amazing. Why is Fit Club amazing? They get to try a product. In a big group with people, a lot of energy, they have fun. They get to try psychology, right?
And there are a lot of Fit Clubs here. So if you want to know how to run a Fit Club or start a Fit Club, go to one here. I have one on Monday nights. Janita has one on Thursday nights. Jason Sheff has Nolensville pretty much every day of the week. Derek has one in Fairview. Who am I? Okay, yep. Jeff and Keena have one in Portland. Kim Duke has one in White House. What am I missing? What? Adam. Okay, sorry.
So
Adam's on Tuesday night in Madison. So there's plenty that you can go to find out. And we want to explode it here.
And how do you maximize involvement in these events? Scott, right? Anybody here heard this thing called Yelp? Yelp. Oh, come on. Social media, it's a tool. You can make it a website for your event, right? Promote it on Yelp. People Google search Memphis Fit Club. I come up. Ha! Like 4 or 5 times. I love it. Yelp. Or Google Maps. Okay. Last thing, okay. So you find them, you invite them, you share it with them. They're great products. They're an amazing opportunity. Now, the hard part. Right? You got to sponsor them. You have to ask, as Todd said, that tough question. Right? Because if you find them and you invite them and you share them, but you don't ask them to join, you don't sponsor them, guess what? Somebody else will. Promise you. Anybody in here have somebody they know who signed up as a coach under somebody else? Oops. Darn it.
Will you join my team?
Yeah. You know what? You would make a great addition to our team. I would love to help you. I think you should do this. I highly recommend it. By the way, this is MJ Durkin Eves. If you've not watched MJ, watch MJ.
Listen, and I don't know why there's a T in this thing. I just don't understand.
So, what sorts of things? Okay, you sponsor them. Okay, we got them signed up. What things should you have your new coach doing?
Interview. Start the right interview.
Getting started right interview. Make their list. Determine their why. Why is the why so important? Right. Craig calls that the kid in the fire. All right. Story. If your why is big enough, anyhow is possible. Does that make sense? We all agree there's days we don't want to do this. All right. If you have a big enough why, you do it anyway. Just like working out. Okay. So. Can you sort of write interview what we have so far?
Can I add something? You know, when we say sponsor, it just sounds so easy to do. And we all know it's not. But the absolute worst thing that somebody can tell you is what? So you move on. Go for now.
So if they tell you no, they're not in your business. They weren't anyway. No big loss. Nothing changed, right? But you have to ask them for them to say yes. Have to.
You gotta put yourself out.
How many people in here have or own a diamond pack?
Love it.
Yes, love it. How many of you tell your new coaches about the diamond pack? You better. Is it for everybody? No. But I tell them about it. Why? Because if they're serious, they'll get it. Right? Because it's the grand opening kit. It's got all they need. All the tools they could want, all these workout programs, so they can share what they're doing better.
It's the mother of all hats.
And by the way, when you have a coach who buys one, you get a commission off of that.
100 PV and 150 in commission, and then $50
Right.
to your online store.
So $200 total off of it. Guess what? Last week we had 2. It's an extra $400 on my check last week. Last week.
Oh, and your upline gets $10
Which,
for 5 levels.
anybody here that want an extra $400 a week? Okay. Does it happen every week? No. So,
It could if you work.
what else can they do? So you asked them, you got them to do the GSR.
Quiet section over there.
Come on. New coach. What should a new coach be doing? Game plan. Who has team calls? Done, right? What's not? No. Get them on team calls. Get them plugged into your team. If you have a team website or a team group on Facebook, engage them in that.
He's talking, I can't hear you.
There is a Team Tennessee group. Y'all know that now? On Facebook. Join it. Talk. What else? Make their list. If you don't have a list, you don't have a... Same thing as you got, right?
Go to prospectingcafe.com. That's MJ Durkins.
Love it.
You should have your list on you at all
Mine's
times.
in my bag.
Mine's in my purse. You can download it for free. Go under tools, free tools, and you can download a warm market list and a cold market list. So download 50 pages because you should always be adding people to that list. You should always be crossing people off that list. So make your list.
Which goes to the next point. How about personal development? All right? Is the thing that's important? Yeah. Why? Because normal's not working. So we have to be... So if I have a new coach, one thing I do is, we know there's great online tools in the back office, right? You can go in there and you can watch the whole series of MJ Durkin webinars on how to prospect. Y'all know that's there, right? All my new coaches go listen to Craig Holliday and they watch MJ Durkin. That's not an option. They do it. If you want your business to grow, you do that. You know what? That's free. I recommend books for them to read. Okay? Slide Ed's a great book.
That book changed my whole life. I used to be the most depressed person I knew. Everything was everybody else's fault. My kids, my husband, my job, people in the street, the jerk who cut me off. Everything was everybody else's fault. I never took responsibility for the things in my life. I never looked at positive like, how could she be so chipper? Stop talking, lady. You're just too happy. I used to, everything on Facebook was, my life sucks, or kids are sick, or I hate this, and this blows, and it was just so negative. Nobody wanted to associate with me. I even turned my family, it was like, every time I talk to you, there's something wrong. Every time I talk to you, something's the matter. And so that was that book for me when it talks about the little changes that you make over time. You didn't get fat overnight, Sherry. You're not going to get skinny overnight. But if you don't eat the chicken wings today, is it going to cause you to lose weight now? Probably not. But will it over time? Yeah. So personal development is probably the biggest part of this whole cycle. Because if you're not right in here, and you're not right in here, you can tell people about it all day long. But if they don't feel, I have one of my coaches, I have to tell this story really quick. She calls me, she's like, well, nobody, I tell them that I'm positive, and I tell them this, and I tell them that, and I'm like, well, do you believe it? If you don't believe it, how are you expecting other people to believe that you're a positive person? You can't just, people see right through crap.
Yeah.
They see right through it. So unless you truly believe within yourself